Good morning. Good morning. There you go. This is an amazing day. This is a day, actually, in many ways, we do every day at Burke. We celebrate girls and women. But today is a day the whole world, including this Sunday, we celebrated here today. Think about the power of girls and women. And we had an incredible speech from Saskia. I'd like to give another round of applause. She told a really important narrative, both personal and bigger, in the nation and the world, around the power of women, where progress has been made and where progress needs to continue to be made. And what I come to work every day is because I know you, all of you, are going to help make that. So our next part of our program is very exciting. I have the true privilege of introducing to all of you an extraordinary woman, Kim Chambers. Spend time with her already this morning, but you're going to hear from her and you're going to be excited for her. I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes talking about her background because it's really exceptional, and I think we'll kind of flesh out some things as she speaks to us. She is an extraordinary, talking to her earlier, she described herself as an ordinary person who has had the privilege to accomplish extraordinary things. And I think that's such an important message, that we can make so many things possible. And she has accomplished some extraordinary things. She is a famous marathon swimmer. She is a member of the Explorers Club. She is a credentialed, established, exceptional speaker, which we're going to hear today. She is a tech veteran. She is a philanthropist. She is a conservationist. She is the only woman in the world to swim the 30 miles from the Faroe Islands. You know, for those of you who aren't familiar with this, this is the most heavily populated shark-inhabited stretch of water in the world. Each time she has swum it, she is complete without a wetsuit and without a shark cage. I'm just nervous thinking about that. You will hear from her, but if you get excited about her, which I think you will, I want to suggest that you look for a video on Amazon Prime, a video, a number of different places. Kim Swims, where you'll hear about her documentary, about her incredible work. She came back from an injury. It's also part of the messaging. Nothing is simple. You work at things, you get better. But in doing all of these incredible things, she is also always thinking of others. And she has raised recently $1.7 billion for charities, swimming 7 of the toughest, most difficult, challenging swims in the world. People compare it often to the 7 summits of mountaineering. These swims included swimming the English Channel and the North Channel, which is between Northern Ireland and Scotland. Only 15 people in the world has done that. Pretty extraordinary. She has, so that's her as an athlete. She's also represented Adobe at the UN Economic Forum, discussing the economic force of women. She has worked with the Golden State Warriors team on several occasions to help share an anti-bullying message. Little Warriors love, right? She also has worked with famous comedians to raise money, to raise awareness on all different kinds of issues. She is working on a book. She has been featured in an NBC documentary, Female Sports Icons, which started this January, and she speaks to groups across the country. We are so lucky and privileged to have her here, so can we give her a huge Burke's welcome?
What does that mean to you? I think we are all capable of a courageous moment. And today, I'm here to share with you my own. years ago, on a Friday evening, I travelled by boat from the yacht club in Tiburon, just out there in the bay. It's pitch black. Travelled underneath the Golden Gate Bridge, it was all lit up, and out into the grand expanse of the Pacific Ocean. It was a long 3-hour boat ride, and our destination was the Farallon Islands. These small rocky islands are only visible from San Francisco on the clearest of days. In fact, next time you drive across the Golden Gate Bridge, look out the window and see if you can spot them. These tiny little jagged islands, that's how far away they are. The Farallon Islands are a very, very special place. They are part of a protected marine sanctuary, home to thousands of seals, sea lions, fish, and great white sharks. My biggest fear with the Farallon Islands wasn't what you think. It wasn't the risk of a shark attack, despite the marine scientists telling me about a seal with his head bitten off right at those islands in the morning of my swim. Or the fact that just a few weeks prior, my training partner had been circled by a 20-foot great white shark. Sharks play a very, very important role in this ecosystem. The ocean is actually their home, right? Humans aren't supposed to be in the ocean. And I wanted to be as respectful as possible. So that evening, I considered myself a very polite guest in their living room. And so, in the end, I trusted in my preparation and my team, wearing just a regular swimsuit, cap and goggles. I slipped into that water. It was 11:15 at night. Well, I had an amazing support group, a boat right next to me, making sure I was okay. I swam through the night. Then dawn came. I swam through lunchtime. I swam through the afternoon. 17 hours and 12 minutes of non-stop swimming. And the finish line was the Golden Gate Bridge. And I can remember swimming underneath and looking up, and there I was, passing under the finish line. I have a terrible habit of crying every time I finish these swims because I can't believe I've done it. So all the photos of me look like I'm really, really upset, but I'm actually just in disbelief that I could do that. So believe me when I tell you this. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is your friend, and it should be one of your goals. What I'm talking about is doing something you don't think you can do. Doing something that scares you to the core because you're afraid. Afraid of dreaming too big. Afraid of stepping outside your comfort zone. Afraid of the risk it takes to go after that which challenges you. Because oftentimes, our fear of dreaming too big goes hand in hand with the risk of failure. Trust me, I've been there. I think that when you're afraid of something, or you think you can't do something, that is precisely when and why you should just break through that fear and go for it. You might decide to learn a new sport or a new hobby. Compete on a team merely just for fun, despite worrying about the fact that you might look silly in the beginning. But trust me, nobody becomes an expert without that first step, that first stroke, word, and commitment. The commitment to be the best version of yourself. And we all have to start somewhere, right? We all do. So just begin and follow your passion. You never know. You might become the next Megan Rapinoe, or Simone Biles, or the next President of the United States. You could win a Nobel Peace Prize, become your local veterinarian, run the family business, be a lawyer, be the greatest mum ever, or even an educator. In fact, you might just become the next Miss Williams. The possibilities are endless. But don't let other people's expectation of your failure undermine your goal. You might choose a subject that seems uncool by your classmates, or you might decide to stay home to study instead of joining your friends at the movies. It starts by acting out of your own free will. Trust me, there will be critics, and there will be naysayers. Your peers, your classmates, or your friends on Instagram or social media. But you know what? I think that's a good thing. That means you're on the right path, because no one who ever succeeded above and beyond did so because everybody else did. The ideas and dreams that you foster are like no others and know no boundaries. I can only imagine what great success comes from the entire student body here at Burke. And I'm so excited to see what you have to offer the world. And with every fear you overcome, your faculty, family, and friends are with you. Because when you break through that fear, the journey is only just beginning. I think the real treasure lies right on the other side of where you're most uncomfortable and where you are most fearful. With open water swimming, the rewards are far from standard. I don't get a gold medal. I don't get a cash prize. I don't even get to stand on a podium at an awards ceremony. But I think the rewards are far more valuable. It's about doing something that scares you, that challenges you, because I can guarantee that when you put your mind and your body to that goal and you achieve it, you can always fall back on that experience. I'm not talking about fame, I'm not talking about fortune or other public accolades. What I'm talking about is a sense of personal accomplishment that will nourish your soul and your community. And you might be discovered to learn what you're made of. The anticipation of attempting something that you've prepared weeks, months, or years for adds a richness to life. And life can truly thrive in the presence of big goals. But it takes work. I'm not going to tell you that it'll be easy, because it won't. I'm not going to tell you that it'll always be fun, because most of the time it's not. It takes work, commitment, and perseverance. And I'm not going to tell you that it won't hurt, because sometimes it will. When I swam from Northern Ireland to Scotland, I was stung hundreds of times by jellyfish. They hurt a lot. It's a lot of jellyfish, right? And it was very, very scary. When I came through, I finished the swim, and I was surprised that I was able to handle that and move through and achieve something that surpassed my wildest dreams. Yeah. But there are times when you will question what you're doing. There are times when others will question what you're doing. There are times when you will doubt yourself and wonder if you'll ever be able to make it through and complete your goal. But I think the key to achieving your goal is this. You don't need to do it alone. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and support you and encourage you all the way. And always remember to improve them. For each of my swims, I have a dedicated team of friends and family and experts who shepherd me across the sea. And they're with me every stroke of the way, monitoring my progress and well-being, feeding me on a drink bottle with a rope, just like a pet seal. But most importantly, they are encouraging me and believing in me all the way. They are an integral part of my success. I have learned there is nothing solo about a solo swim. It's a team effort all the way. And you know what? You're already one step ahead of the game because your biggest cheerleaders, your lifelong teammates, are right here with you today. Your classmates, your teachers, and best friends. And the friendships you would have fostered with one another here at Burke are with you forever. And the support extends far beyond the walls of this campus. Your cheerleaders are also your sister, your brother, your mom, your dad, your grandparents. And I can guarantee the rewards far outweigh the risk. I've seen the perspective of the world few will ever see. To feel emotions few people will get to feel in an ordinary day. And I've been truly accepted in the ocean. All those friends, the dolphins that have swum with me, the seals, the sea lions. My soul certainly has a few more wrinkles, that's for sure. So, I'll leave you with this today. If you're not fearful, you're not pushing the limits of what you can do. If you're not afraid, you're the status quo. And if you're the status quo, you're not breaking boundaries. And if you're not breaking boundaries, you're not living your full potential as a young student and future graduate of Burke. Those boundaries are there for a reason, because they separate you from everyone else. So embrace your biggest fears. Conquer them, and then go tell someone about it. Thank you very much.